Thank you. And our live team coverage of Hurricane Arthur continues now with Jason Marks on the Outer Banks.
And Jason, you're in the bullseye there in Buxton. How are people getting ready?
Well, they were very busy today, I can tell you that, and I can also tell you that things are changing here rapidly. The wind has really picked up over the last half an hour, and take a look at the waves right off the coast of Hatteras Island. I can tell you within 24 hours, it is much different. This is definitely a sign that this storm is headed our way. Now, yesterday, when we talked with residents here on Hatteras Island, they didn't seem too concerned with the storm. And then when they saw the update this morning, they saw that it was a hurricane. Then they heard that it could be a Category 2 as it moves through. They saw the path. Things changed a little bit. Residents started moving. They started to get busy on the island all day long. They were, as you can see, boarding up windows. They were tying down things in the yard. We saw them bringing in generators, going and buying ice and things like that. So obviously they're taking this seriously now. They are preparing for the worst and hoping for the best.
I'm going to just boarding up my windows, make sure everything's going to be secure and safe where I can stay there tonight and don't have to worry about anything, so my family and I will be safe. And in the past, I've had trees fall against my house and boarding up saved my windows. So it's only a matter of a couple hours just putting up wood and taking it back down.
In talking to officials, no one knows what to expect with this storm, but it really is amazing. When you talk to residents about storms of the past, when you look at the past, you always hear names. You hear Isabel, you hear Irene, you hear Sandy. And when you heard about this path, you heard one name in particular, and you heard over and over again, Emily. That storm was in 1993. It came right over the Pimlico Sound, did millions and millions of dollars worth of damage to Hatteras Island, mainly here to Buxton. So obviously there's a lot of concern with the path of this storm. We're going to be here. We're going to cover it throughout the overnight hours for you. But that's the latest here in Buxton. Now back to you.
Jason, thank you. Our live team coverage on the Outer Banks continues now with Aaron Kelly in Nags Head. And Aaron is just a few miles north of where Jason is.
Yeah, and Aaron, we saw the ocean starting to get choppy in Jason's live shot. So how are conditions where you are?
Well, we've heard it's cold and it's appearing to be a little bit more choppy than it was yesterday, but there are still plenty of people out here that were enjoying a beach day. Of course, this area is not under a mandatory evacuation, so we talked to people today who were boarding up their homes. They were stocking up on water supplies. They were going out and doing those kinds of things like removing anything that could be blowing away if it's not tied down or brought inside. And we actually talked to someone who is staying here. He's on an annual trip. He's from North Carolina, about an hour and a half away. And what his plan is to do is to leave today and then try to come back tomorrow.
We're just heading out of town now because we're better safe than sorry. I don't think it's going to be real bad here, but we have two children, 5 and 4, and electricity's probably going to go out. That's basically why we're leaving.
And we know that Nags Head has been asked here to keep an eye on any kind of storm surge flooding, and you heard Tiffany mention those high winds also heading this way as well. We'll send it back to you live in Nags Head. Aaron Kelly, 10 on your side.